we're back now with Selcuk Atli, the CEO and founder of Boostable, which is an exciting company. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Now, we've been having a little conversation about rewards-based crowdfunding and equity-based crowdfunding, and you have got a very unique solution, but I want you to explain it in terms that folks can really understand, so I'll let you do that for us.
Absolutely. So we're an advertising company specialized on marketplaces based in San Francisco. Boostable is an advertising platform for marketplace sellers. What we do is one type of seller is a campaigner on a marketplace like a crowdfunding platform. So the solution that we have is if you're a campaigner and if you'd like more visibility to your campaign through advertising on Facebook, retargeting, or AdWords, we make that process very, very easy such that you can sign up to Boostable and launch these campaigns in almost 10 seconds. And we integrate with the crowding platforms you work with so we can let you target visitors of your crowdfunding campaign, but also track the performance of your advertising and then tell you how much you were able to boost your visibility and sales as a result of your direct advertising efforts.
Now, we have two kind of different sports in crowdfunding. We have rewards-based crowdfunding and we have equity-based crowdfunding, which is really for the big boys, or kind of a phase two, if you will. But let's talk first about rewards-based crowdfunding. Yeah. People are on tight budgets and want to kind of grow things out of a shoestring and use some cash flow, put it back in, and kind of run a campaign the way you'd run a business, from the cash register.
Yeah. And the advertising tools that we offer, like retargeting, are so effective that even like a $50 a month advertising budget can actually get you much more visibility. And if you have a lot of visitors and if you have like a serious marketing budget to push your campaign, you can even spend over $1,000 a month to get achievable results. These are targeting technologies that a lot of big retailers like Zappos and Gilt and others are using. We essentially just take this very effective targeting method and make it available to folks who are fundraising on platforms.
Okay, I live and breathe crowdfunding, so let me kind of explain this to folks. Now, imagine that you promote your campaign. Somebody comes to it, but they don't quite click on donating, okay? But Selcuk has a way that from then on, wherever they surf on the web, they get followed with a little update from you, a banner ad or whatever it is, and he can explain that to us. With updates, hey, there's 20 days, 15 days, now we're at this, now we're at that, give them news updates, that kind of thing. Yeah. So really it keeps, top of mind awareness about the crowdfunding campaign and the urgency. Is that a pretty good description of it?
Definitely, and a lot of the audience might have kind of experienced this firsthand. If you visit like e-commerce sites like Walmart or Zappos and you look at this shoe, you'll often kind of find that these ads are following you around, right? So this is actually what advertisers call retargeting, and like you mentioned, the way it works is that we have a piece of code that we call a tracking pixel that the website implements. And that code enables us to follow people who visited your page but haven't quite transacted yet and show them advertising on channels like this. Could be a Facebook update, right? So you go to Facebook and see a little update that says, hey, there's this awesome campaign. If you've decided, you should totally kind of...
The difference here is this, is that when you get followed by, a big company, you may not know that's what's happening. It's pretty subtle. Yeah. But when you're followed by a banner ad about a crowdfunding portal, that's not going to be subtle. That is going to jump out. That's going to be, wow, what is this? That's totally cool. So that alone is really going to stand out from all the other noise.
Yeah, and we can even take this one step further than retargeting and do actually what advertisers call remarketing. And what that does is, let's say that you're working with a crowdfunding platform like Indiegogo or CrowdTilt. A lot of times, these platforms accumulate emails of people who've actually invested in similar campaigns before, right? So what we do is we work with these platforms and enable you, the campaigner, to advertise to these audiences as well. So if this person hasn't even visited your campaign, we can actually let you advertise to people who've backed similar campaigns.
Oh, way beyond. I mean, that's like tapping into the treasury. That's like getting handed gold bars. Yeah. I mean, that's huge because when a platform really, when you get the attention of a platform and they do an emailer to their list, I've talked to guys whose campaigns raised $100,000 almost overnight.
We make that kind of thing available to anyone who's using Boostable through paid advertising, essentially.
So basically, where do people go to get started?
So they can go to boostable.com. We have a wait list for sellers and marketplace partners. They could just add themselves to our wait list or reach out to us directly at sales@boostable.com or to me directly at selcuk@boostable.com. And we're happy to include you in our early programs with our marketplace partners.
Okay, now why a wait list? What's that about?
So the reason why we can do this is that we actually need to partner and work directly with the crowdfunding platforms. So remember, like the way that retargeting works, you need to have this pixel, this tracking code on the marketplace, which is actually, for this particular reason, it's impossible for an individual campaigner to use this technology by themselves because you're relying on the crowdfunding platform, right?
Yeah.
So it's not your website. So what Boostable does is we work directly with the crowdfunding platforms, we integrate with them, and then we give that tool to you so you can actually advertise in these channels. So we're actually right now in the process of partnering with several of the largest crowdfunding platforms, and we're about to go live with one of the most well-known ones that we cannot announce publicly today, but we'll soon be announcing these partnerships publicly. So what we can do is, if you are interested in participating in such a program, sign up to our waitlist, reach out to us, and we'll make sure that you'll get to participate in the early programs.
So you're the guys that get to look behind the curtain of the Wizard of Oz.
Exactly. We will love the playing field and making these tools available to makers and campaigners.
Selcuk Atli, a Boostable, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.